Yeah.
What do we have next?
What do we have next? Well, I'm just updating the score here right now so we can jump into the next game from Valdy against nasu Creator. They did, oh my goodness, they had a 48-minute French against Golden Horde game that Valdemar played with French and he won. So I'm not too sad that we missed out on that, I guess. You could say, you know, maybe I'm biased, but I didn't necessarily need to have that in my life. Then
Sorry for laughing, but I feel what you say.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like it's you know, I had situations when I was casting for Low Legends, and I was like looking at different options, and one of them was like an English versus English match going for like 45 minutes already. I'm like, nah, hard pass. I'm not doing that. It's like, I'd rather cut myself, you know. I don't wanna. I don't need to have that. So yeah. So that was their first one, and they're playing the second one. Let me invite you, and then we can hop into that because we only missed one of the games. That is really cool because it was 48 minutes. So yeah, but it's so cool. Like I'm checking their chat, and then like after the game, Valdemar was like, "You're so good. What the fuck?" So yeah, he really respected and probably didn't expect Creator to be such a tough tough opponent. So yeah, did invite you, I think.
Did you? I don't see any invites.
Let's try one more time.
Yeah, here we are.
Alrighty, so we let's switch that here. So, first game, as I said, French against Golden Horde. Now they're playing the second one, which is ooh, yeah, what a surprise, I guess. What a surprise. They're gonna play on Frisian Marshes. You wanna guess which civs they're gonna play?
Tughlaq versus Macedonian.
Yep. That is exactly what they're doing. Tughlaq against Macedonians. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, so for those wondering, like, why is it so predictable to see like what are they gonna play? In, for example, Low Legends, you would obviously pick whatever civ you wanna play. Doesn't matter what map it is, right? I mean, if I'm I don't know, if I'm an Abbasid main, I will play Abbasid whatever map I'm on. Doesn't matter to me. On the other side, if you're on a higher level player's scale, and that is what Valdy and Creator are on, with being high level Conqueror 3 players, you don't play necessarily what is the most comfortable civ for you, but you play the civ that is the most effective on this map against the most likely opponent. And so that's why things become a little bit more predictable, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Just wanted to point that out. But yeah, folks, let's hop into this game for real. Creator down one game here, playing the Macedonian Dynasty. We just see Macedonians on Frisian Marshes, so we see that it can work. Valdy playing the Tughlaq Dynasty, which we've seen a couple times already on this map, so we know that is working as well, just fine. And yeah, it's also a best of 5 series, so whoever wins this will eventually meet against Myriad in the finals. So yeah, it's gonna be a while, I guess, until we're there. But yeah, Myriad against Valdy in final seems kind of likely. But yeah,
Unless
it will be either
is...
Creator or yeah.
Unless Creator is casting something here or just cooking something here, and as I mentioned way earlier this evening, There are some pros, some Twitch gamers on high level, which say Creator is not the guy you want to face in a best of one, because he is one of those players who can just kill you. Not just because in a serious best of 3, best of 5, he said, and definitely not, but in a best of 1, this is one of those guys who potentially can kill you. And yeah, we have a second game. Interesting to see Macedonian with Tughlaq, because this matchup we did not have, did not see tonight at all. And what we know about Tughlaq is that Tughlaq is kind of strong on hybrid maps because of this one technology. The Tughlaq bot fort, I guess it's called. Oh no.
Well, I mean,
not this
that
one.
also
Which
would
one?
help, I guess, but it's not.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's
not really the
the
reason for it. I mean, it's
the Flächenkörper Echo unit, which is also for fishing ships. Right?
well, not sure actually. But I mean, there's multiple reasons. I mean, they are very flexible with their worker elephants. They can just move around very easily. They don't have to like specifically set something up, so that's very nice for them. And then their fishing boats, obviously, also like the Delhi fishing boats, they can shoot, and so they're a little bit more defensively. They are not as defenseless as other civilizations. And then, yeah, of course, with their ports at some point, they become really strong, depending on the governor choices and so on. It's a complicated civ, to say the least, but it is very strong.
And we do see the decision by Valdy here to open with one spear into a dog, into feudal, and this one spear play enables enabled the push of gold by Valdy. So Creator as Macedonian, who wants to have gold access because of the silver they gain to get their blacksmith upgrades, because of the special way this civilization is working. It's kind of nice early on, but first archer is on the field. Now a villager get pulled off back to gold by Creator, and he will gain his silver income and get his eco upgrades. And behind this, as I mentioned, Valdy went for one dog, is aging up and is building a tower next to his gold to save his own gold income because of the patrol and the first horseman on the field. Not only horsemen, but also some archers on the field. So, and it looks like the tower gets ready just in time. So there is no issue on the gold so far. Age up is done, and a wall. That's something you said last game. We did not see any walls so early or at all.
Well.
Myriad and SAS did not wall at all, unless the last game, I guess, in all these three series, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's also interesting, and is something what does not happen that often, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, usually you see some kind of like a small wall over here just to make the entrance into the base a little bit more difficult. You see it here. I mean, you don't close it because, one, you kind of prevent farms or houses from being built here, and two, even if you close it next to a building, unlike, for example, in Age of Empires 2, it actually closes it completely, but you can still get between the wall and the building, even if it's closing like visually. It doesn't matter. By the way, speaking of visually, how does that big elephant fit in that small tower and then also shoot at the opponent, by the way? I mean, I want to know, you know, I have so many questions and none of the answers, but I just want to know.
I also have many questions, but it's not about towers and elephants, it's about... Creator, what are you doing here? You really go kinda naked fast castle without any dogs on a map like this against Tughlaq?
Well, I mean, it is a choice. It definitely is a choice. And at the same time, I mean, I don't know, like, I'm really interested to see if that can actually work. Because it does work on regular maps. I'm not sure if you... Like, you probably should play Macedonians a little bit differently if it's not a regular map, I don't know. But yeah, the Hippodrome Horseman being quite a lot stronger, doing 13 damage and also having as much health as a knight. A castle age knight, by the way. Trample being activated, villagers making it out alive. Luckily for them, they're not being trampled to death by the raider elephants. But Valdemar probably by now, I mean, he can see how much gold has been taken. He can guess what's happening. And that probably the idea for Creator is Castle Age. And he just barely stopped it, like 80 gold. And Creator would have the resources that he needed to go Castle Age right now.
Creator is dead.
It kinda, like, to be honest, it kinda seems like, I mean, he doesn't have the wood, that's the issue. Otherwise he could just switch. But, oh my goodness. I don't think that this works. Oh my goodness, this is scary. This is scary looking stuff what we're witnessing right now here. Villagers getting trampled to death. Yeah, Valdemar on fire. He's just not having any of that. One spearman is not gonna do anything here. And the thing is, now that there's been damage being done, if you cancel it, you don't get a full refund. And so Valdemar just needs to keep sending it. Keep sending, keep sending, keep sending. Oh my goodness. I mean, it will go up eventually, but... Ouch.
It's not only that. TC is idle because there's no food income, just 4 sheets left on under TC, so Creator is dead.
Yeah, no villager production right now, there's no eco income, he doesn't have fishing boats. I mean, yeah, of course, Valdemar is bleeding units right now, but he's idling out 100% of Creator's eco. Oh my god, happy elephant noises, oh my, yeah, definitely. I'm not sure if... I mean, yeah, Valdemar again, like, he is bleeding units here, so he kinda... I'm not sure if you can keep it up, but at the same time, he does have the resources.
The safety is coming in, the Ridari hero.
Yeah, Hippodrome Ridari may be able to just save the day here. We do have Trample, we could activate that. We could. We're not gonna activate that. Alright.
But there's nothing. So what now?
I mean, that was a pretty expensive defense. Expensive in the sense that he was idling out most of his eco, and now he has to, yeah, kind of make up for that. If we had some healer elephants, I think actually Valdemar could have won the game then and there. But it was fun to watch nonetheless, I guess. I mean, depending on your definition of fun, it was fun, right?
Yeah, but I mean, okay, but so I'm still wondering what now? Okay, he has a golden horn tower in between the golds in front of his base.
Yeah.
His sheep is fully eaten. He has Ridaris producing on the field. The production for Ridaris is in the Hippodrome, so there is no need at all to gain some boots or stuff like this. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But the only resources he has still left is there around 1k food in the berry patches.
Yeah.
Then he has to move out of the map.
Yeah.
1k food is like 8 Ridaris max, because he just wants to produce some villagers as well. If he produces 8 Ridaris, he's still behind, far behind in military numbers, according to Valdy.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Not to mention that berries is the slowest gather rate for any resource, and fish is the fastest, or one of the fastest at least, and so he doesn't have. If he had the Grand Winery, that would increase the gather rate by 30%, and so it would be kind of even. But so he's left basically with like the worst food options that you can have, and then he has another worst option available to him. And meanwhile, Valdemar is living his best life. He's now adding House of Learning, and yeah, like the only issue is there's like 3 Ridari on the field. That's like the only issue that Valdemar has right now. But he does have the Spearman to deal with that, so he will be fine. But his eco is just so much stronger. Just, oh my goodness, just look at the collected resources. I really love that they include that in the UI, by the way. We're talking about 50%, 50% more resources after 13 minutes in like a high level play. You know, this is not like gold against diamond or whatever. It's like Conk 3 against Conk 3. And it's such a lead already for Valdemar, and it's not gonna get any worse. So yeah, where do you go from there? I mean, I don't know. You would have to add a second TC maybe, but even that will not be like solving the issue that you have.
Even if you add a second TC, it does not change anything to the issue. The fact that the berry patch is running out pretty soon, and then he does not have any safe resources, and because of military numbers, he does not have map control at all to defend any other food resources. So Creator is in a very rough spot, and also lost a lot of Ridaris doing some trades he tried to. I mean, sure, he's doing villager kill here and there, but echo numbers are pretty solid, so they tell a story, and the story is that Valdy is way ahead.
Yeah.
And losing the military numbers to those raid without any advantage gaining is it's just GG call, kinda, because having a tech advantage, losing a 240 resources unit against a villager, maybe a villager, is at this point of the game not worth it.
No, that's the thing. He's way too far behind. So he would need. I mean, he's trying his best, and he does create some distraction, and the Ridari in some sense are his ticket back into the game. I mean, we've seen last game how strong they are and how strong they can be, and so they are his ticket to maybe getting back into the game. But at the same time, Valdemar is. Why does he have -3 fishing boats? By the way, how is that even possible? And never mind that, I guess. But yeah, the thing is also, like, if you're looking at army composition, Valdemar can just spam the spearmen to deal with the Ridari, that's fine. And then Creator can add his archers, but we already have quite a lot of raider elephants on the field. And even a war elephant, by the way. And so the archers will not really do a whole lot. You do have the crossbows, and they're really nice, but they're also not really effective against the raider elephants or the spearmen. Oh, that is a death scholar, unfortunately.
I think the -3 fishing ships is because Valdy cleaned up his first pond. He destroyed the 3 fishing ships there.
Yeah, maybe.
And these fishing ships are not counted as echo units, I guess.
Yeah, I see what you mean. That might very well be. That would definitely explain it. It doesn't explain the weird trade caravan bug when the pilgrims switch into fishing into pilgrim boats. That's the funny, like super funny thing to me. But yeah, I mean the UI sometimes can have some issues and that's fine. But oh my god, look at the difference in collected resources. I don't see. I mean, Creator, like again, he's trying to find damage, but we have a few walls in here now, so the villagers are like pretty safe for the time being, and Valdemar has a strong army, and at some point he'll feel comfortable enough to just push out and end the game. In terms of relics, it's still fairly even. Both players having 2 relics, right? Wait. Oh, okay, yeah, and Creator just picked up the 3rd one. That's why.
Yeah, but that's interesting that Creator managed, and this it's crazy he could do that. He managed to get 3 relics, even though Valdy did that big much of damage into Creator's base while he was edging up. And Valdy had the map control according to theoretically. The map control because he had way more military on the field. So yeah, interesting. Valdy, he's dropping dogs everywhere on the pond. So I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of food to be had, so it totally makes sense. And
I mean, I don't know about the situation of Creator, not that Valdy is doing it. I mean, if Creator is letting him doing this, why not? It's free food.
That's the thing. I'm speaking about free food. The second berry patch here also like basically ran out by now, and yeah, what then? Like, what do you do then? You have like a few farms being started up, but that's not gonna carry you into the late game. You cannot buy your way in there as well because he's just lacking the resources. I think that Valdemar from the game before, for those who haven't heard about that, they were playing a 48-minute game before that one, and so maybe Valdemar is really respecting his opponent right now, but I think he could end the game if he wanted to. His army value is way higher, his resources are through the roof. I think in Valdy's case he should just go in, get the upgrades, and then run over the base.
Yeah. But I'm not so sure what... Watching this game, it feels a bit like... Valdy does not really know... As I said, it feels like... Does not recognize or know how much damage he did early on, or he's really scared about the Golden Horn Tower. And I mean, I can understand why he's scared about the Golden Horn Tower, because it's just a disgusting thing pushing inside the Golden Horn Tower. But overall, it feels like a little bit. What do I do here? And now Creator has 50 military on the field. 50.
Yeah.
It's the same number like Valdy has. That's crazy.
It's actually a little bit more because 23 of those 61 is fishing boats, and so if you discount them, then you actually don't have a whole lot of army here for Valdy. I mean, Valdy, he walled himself in. Now he's adding somewhere. He is adding the Palace of the Sultan, so that's gonna be really nice. And so I think he just took his time. Technically, there's a sacred victory in 7.5 minutes. Not gonna happen though, and I think he knows that he's so far ahead, and he's just not risking anything. Because underestimating the Readery is the first step in losing the game, and a lot of crossbows, a lot of archers, a lot of Readery, so that is a good looking army. In like any other game it would be like, oh yeah, just move into the opponent's base. It's just that he took so much damage in getting there that it's actually quite painful.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll see. Okay, we do have Palace of the Sultan. And so Valdemar is Imperial Age, Spearman already Imp, that's the first upgrade that he wanted to get. And I mean, another thing I would do in Valdy's situation is just drop some forts and make sure that your late game eco is set up and ready to go. And then deal with your opponent later. Speaking of dealing with your opponent later, I guess we're going in right about now.
Is this the game ending? I mean,
this is a pretty game.
The elephants dying there. Crazy.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just raider elephants, right? And so there's, I mean, you know, they're kind of like horsemen, but stronger, of course.
No, I meant the 2 or 3 big guys there.
Oh, the war elephants, yeah.
Imagine missing the 5 seconds window in which you can pushing Tughlaq and sheesh.
Yeah, with Delhi with Delhi it's like 11 minutes, and with Tughlaq it's 5 seconds. There you go.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean the resources. Yeah, Creator slowly, like at some point he was slightly ahead, but then it just took over for Valdy. I mean, to be fair, it did work out. Like it wasn't like super crazy if you look at the broader picture, and military was there. I think fighting against an imp opponent maybe was the issue here. If you're going castle, then maybe you can actually hold it. But I don't know. Rough situation. I mean, going castle, that really made things difficult for him, unfortunately. So Valdemar getting ahead here, 2-0. So getting closer and closer to the finals. He did win the other previous series, both with 3-0, and so maybe he's gonna continue that trend.
I mean, this game, even though the game before was 48 minutes or something like this game showed that Valdy is fully controlling Creator here. But on the other hand, Unfeatured Marshes not going on water, not contesting opponent's water. Meanwhile, opponent is Tughlaq and have the buff for dropping of resources on docks as well. Feels kinda suicide.
It does feel like that, but if you take that into consideration, it was still relatively close in terms of resources. So it was like that. That wasn't the reason why he lost the game, is what I'm saying. Which feels crazy. I don't know why the Macedonian eco is so good, but apparently it just is. So
I'm looking on the map and the civs which get picked, and I'm confused. It's Ottoman versus HRE on Relic River?
Yeah, you and me, brother. I'm also confused. I have no idea, but maybe they were like, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's have something crazy going on. I mean, what else would you pick? I mean, Ayubids is not bad on Relic River. Japanese, I guess it's okay. I don't know. On the other side, do you play Delhi? Delhi on Relic River.
I mean, the Relic River also has opportunity. So all stuff like Knights Templar, like Delhi, maybe like English, because you have small choke points, and it's kind of easy to gain control there with small walls, especially for sacred sites. That's why I say interesting, but. I mean, Patrick said pick here, HRE's pick here is an okay pick here, and Otto is just a good pick overall. That's completely true. Maybe I'm more confused about they picked Relic River in this draft, not because they picked Ottoman versus HRE, more because they picked Relic River because it's not a map we saw often this evening, just the second time.
Yeah. I mean, the other options would have been Gorge, Dry Arabia. I think they just had that before, right? And so, yeah, Dry Arabia. So, Relic River, Socotra, I think they banned. And so, I don't know. Like, I guess at the end of the day, it's just another map. So maybe, like, I personally, and I mean, you know, that's the diamond speaking in me. I don't pay too much attention to the kind of map because it's more about the execution, and it, like, I don't know, it feels like you can win with any civ on any map. It just depends to be if it's done right. What is speaking about done right? What is this? Does that work? I guess it does.
I mean, so Valdy saw the wood gathered by Creator, and I think he was expecting a Dark Age play, even though he did not see any barracks.
Yeah.
And no, he read the game this way, and that's completely the way how Creator is playing it. Creator is playing a dock opening into a Dark Age Rex.
Yeah.
There's no other reason to chop that many wood on this map.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Exactly what Creator did. Which, I mean, we were talking about earlier when we saw Relic River on, like, the other one time. We talked about, you know, is it worth it? Because the walking distance is quite extensive, to be fair. And then it's just a couple of shoreline fish, you know, it's nothing crazy. You could argue that it's not worth it or whatever. But I mean, if you couple that with a Dark Age barracks, like, I mean, first of all, that's a really nice income that you have already, and then with the Dark Age barracks, it definitely becomes much more worthwhile. And Valdemar can counter that just with a single military school, which is really cool. So he can just, yeah, deal with that in a very relaxed fashion. Doesn't need to really invest a whole lot into that. Going up with the Twin Minaret Madrasa in the front. Curious position. I would have expected it to be in the back somewhere, but also it feels like it blocks, like, you know, SimCity building with like multiple military schools and the blacksmith. So I'm a little bit confused about the placement of the landmark. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, but I'm sure he has a plan for that. And I will just trust the process for now, for the time being. Meanwhile, Creator, yeah, just puts his prelate in between, so he buffs the wood line, and the one villager that is still on sheep has 8 villagers on gold. Alright, yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah, he needs to catch up with the gold income because of the fishing ship for the food and stuff like this. And now he's reacting, and 5 villagers for the age up. He's going for Mineburg Palace here. I see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, he already has a eco buff with those fishing ships, right? So
for now, yes.
Yeah, for now that's right. And later on he can go for the monastery play with the prelates or spam some prelates, stuff like this. Speaking about spamming prelates, he's queuing up a second prelate in his TC, so he will lose a villager there, but have the compensation with the dog, so it kind of makes sense. And he obviously is going for some proxy bases play. Let's say proxy bases. It's not fully proxy because, I mean, there was the dog and the villagers around there, but dropping 3 barracks, so 2 more. Definitely a feudal aggression. I mean, nothing else would be expectable because of Ottoman. You don't want to let them do whatever they want to do because that will kill you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Valdemar just took enough stone to get another military school, so he already prepared that. Now he's moving out on the deer, and I do hope for him that he will be able to hold that position, because he doesn't know about the spearmen over here, and the spearmen, I guess they do know about the 1 or 2 deer that died over there. Yeah, the wall, they just got cancelled that, so it's kind of nice. If you don't finish it, you cancel it, you get all the resources back. That's kind of cool. And yeah, with the blacksmith here in the back, it does make sense now, the layout here. So yeah, Valdemar again has a good plan here, and quite frankly, if I would be in his shoes and I see this kind of proxy barracks here, which he does see that right now, I would probably send Sipahi straight in the middle over to my opponent, because it's gonna take forever for the spearmen to walk back and defend the base. And if there's no military production anywhere here in the base, you should be able to do some significant damage with the Sipahi.
Yeah, but Sipahi, I mean, this is a crazy feudal man-at-arms play what Creator is doing here.
Yeah.
And wall is set up so the gold will be safe a bit longer, healing or repairing the wall. It's also ongoing, so he is delaying these push kinda hard, kinda heavy, and I'm not. So the thing is, Valdy will age up in the next couple seconds.
Yeah, it's not gonna take for very long. I mean, the thing is, if you would do a hard switch and put like, I don't know, like 15 villagers on wood, I guess then he could try to mass a feudal archer mass with a Mechta, and that kind of deals with that. But I had that matchup one time in Low Elite Legends, where I was like trying my hands on Ottomans, like, I don't know, years ago it feels like. And I tried the same thing, like the feudal mass archers into man-at-arms, and it didn't really work that great, so... yeah, good point here. Let's check the vizier points. Yes, we do have the imams, obviously. But other than that, we haven't done anything so far. Because we haven't really produced a whole lot of units. So yeah, only the imams for now. And yeah, age up is delayed, at least for the time being. How many? Oh my goodness, 18 men-at-arms. How many are there on the field right now? 12 men-at-arms. Valdemar, I don't think you're gonna win this game. I'm just gonna lean out the window. I mean, if it's in the back, we can talk about that, but the thing is, even if it's in Fog of War, you can still see the ground, like, switching heights, right? And so you can see that he's gonna go for the landmark, even though you don't technically see it. Yeah, that was greedy. but it was also fun, you know. I don't blame him. So, GG to Creator, and yeah, also had a stronger eco. Like Valdemar was really going the fast castle route, and yeah, that didn't really necessarily turn out in his favor. So let's.
Definitely not.
Nope. So not gonna win this series 3-0 again. So let's give that over to Creator. Yeah, I mean, you know, you have a plan. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it clearly didn't work. But yeah, they are
Yep.
in the next game already, I believe. So let's see. Should be Gorge. Alrighty.
So
Okay,
Valdy is
yeah,
playing Biz,
yeah.
and Creator is playing Delhi.
Ah, you're so close. You're so close.
Then it's China.
Oops, no, wrong one. It's China. It
Oh,
is China. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I misclicked. It
Okay.
was not you bits. I misclicked on that one. It was Byzantines against China. So yeah. I did invite you.
Yeah, I'm already in the group.
Wonderful. Then let's please let me observe the game. Okay.
I mean, Byzantine against China. Ooh. We know who started with that play. I guess Enoton started with that play. China into small feudal aggression after hitting feudal and then going into pro scouts. So having military on the field and afterwards going for pro scouts. And I think Louis MT also shaped these kind of playstyle with China. And I think this is a pretty dangerous playstyle for Byzantine in this case, especially if Voldemar is going for, or Wally is going for the cistern opening, and it looks like he is going for the cistern opening because already 3 villages close to the stone. Wait. Okay, Creator is going for the village opening, I guess. Is he going for the village opening? Looks like 160.
Yeah, should be. I mean, that's the standard nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like as a, I mean, I haven't played Byzantines like frequently in the last couple weeks, but as a Byzantine main, I'm always scared for Byzantines when I go up against China. And again, still not a fan of the 3 villagers on stone from the start. It feels super weird. But so I don't know, like, yeah, just not a fan of that. We'll see if Valdemar can make it work, because it is a heavy investment, and then of course you pull them at some point, but it's just, yeah, a lot of back and forth to get the same results basically as with 2 villagers, I guess. But what do you do otherwise?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like one decision. What else do you do in terms of mercenaries? Do you still go for the longbow contract? Do you try the fast castle? Like, what are your options against Chinese who's likely going to pro scout?
Ooh. I mean, the question is long-term wise, I would say. So, short-term, I don't think longbows are the way to go, because China can go for kind of nice horseman mass because of the IO factor and stuff like this. I mean, and they have archers potentially. So not sure about longbows. Do I want to have Landsknechte in castle? Zuxux, Nest of Bees, Springles. I don't see Landsknecht. what is most likely played by China is castle transition, pure scouting into castle transition, and then knights. So do I want to have camels? Yeah, I do want to have camels for sure, because if China is going for horsemen and knights, camel debuff might help me. So I think javelin throws would be nice, but I'm pretty sure Valdy is going for longbows.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, my first thought is, would the Kashyyyk contract be viable? Like, that's my first thought, of course. And in most cases, the answer is unfortunately not. We're not there yet. Kashyyyk are not at the point where they should be. Like, but yeah, javelin throws are probably really strong. I mean, at first you have the archers, and then once Chinese moves into the Song Dynasty, you have the Shogun against you, and javelin throwers do really well against both. And then yeah, to your point, in Castle Age with the camel riders, camel riders, you have some really good options to deal with the Chinese lancers, which inevitably are going to come. And so, yeah, it's probably gonna be either the javelins or the longbows.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say Valdemar is doing the exact same opening here as we've seen it a couple times with Grand Winery, and then the tower towards your opponent, a little bit out there. Again, just like one tile too close here between the cistern and the Grand Winery, so that's unfortunately a little bit of high value real estate being wasted for now.
So I think the Kashyyyk play is, there's one prime fact what I would expect by the Kashyyyk contract is not the way to go, most likely or mostly. So Byzantine is slow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Byzantine likes to defend. Kashyyks is not a unit, especially because you have only 2 Kashyyks, where you pretty easily defend your base anyhow. And mostly this, so in my little brain, I can imagine these are kind of the reasons why people do not go for the Kashyyyk contract, especially because of in the first time of the game, you do not get the mass to defend your base.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
scrambles to stay alive.
Yeah, I had to chuckle inside a little bit when you said they like to defend. I'm like, it's not really like, it's they have to. I mean, they
well,
you know.
Yes, you guys are right. I meant, sure they have to, because it's the more polite way to say they like to.
Yeah. No, I totally get what you mean, and you're right. I mean, it used to, the meta definitely used to shift, and I think that's one of the reasons why, if you're looking at the win rate of Byzantines, not in tournaments but on ladder, Byzantine struggles really hard. And then you listen to like pro players talk about Byzantines, and they're like, yes, like one of the strongest, and if they're like, you know, setting up and everything, like it's kind of hard to lose with them. And you're like, but I just looked at the win rates and they're abysmal. Like, how is that matching? And I think the reason is that the way Byzantines plays in the current meta just shifted pretty heavily from, at one point it was go, for example, go Kashyyyk into early aggression, into fast castle, into mass cataphracts, and it's not really working anymore, and instead you have to rely on Limited longbow, defend yourself, and then at some point you push out. And I think a lot of people are just not used to that transition at the time being.
Since I'm playing AoE4 and following the competitive scene, I recognize that every time a Civ is S tier or pretty strong, it's also the Civ which is hard to execute. So HRE, an example. HRE was a long time one of the best Civs, which gets permabanned in tournaments. But on ladder, it was not. It did not have that much of a good result because as HRE, these fast Imperial plays or these Regnance plays, you need to defend yourself, your base, and as you said, you have a timing, a window, a situation where you push out. And you have to find these situations where you pretty clean push out. Same here with Byzantines, so not pretty surprisingly, I would say. Anyhow, let's talk about a little bit about the clashes we do see here, right? And then we can talk about that fact a bit more, because there are a lot of horsemen pretty low, and big fight was in front of the gold by Valdy. Valdy is still idling some villagers in the tower, I guess. Yes, and this was not in favor of Creator, I would say. I mean, he killed some javelin throwers there. Yeah, 3, just 1 left, but the damage on the horseman is kind of big.
Yeah, I mean it felt kind of nice when he was on top of the javelin throwers, but then again we have good size amount of limited, and so the moment the limited got in contact with the horseman, it kind of turned the other way around. So it's just rough. Yeah, now they can just pick off the low health horsemen, so there's no archers to deal with the spearmen. And as long as the spearmen are limited, as long as they're alive, the horsemen are basically useless. So yeah, archers, the army is just split right now, so Creator kind of in a pickle right now. It's not really where he wanted to be, I guess. Dropping more production buildings, so Bro Scouting is, yeah, pretty much done except for this pack over here and this one, which is never going to get. I don't know, do you just go fast castle now as Creator? Because, yeah.
I mean, the gold tells he's going for castle. Yeah. Or he's not so China experienced. Could be also a story. Yeah, but gold tells definitely he's going for castle.
Yeah.
And Pro Scout, the deers are next to the mill. Now market gets dropped. Yeah, it's definitely a castle transition, but I'm not sure if, I mean, you have knights, the opportunity for knights. There are stables on the field, so he definitely will go for knights, but there are a lot of limited knights, 19 on the field, so
yeah, but at the same time we have 22 archers, so you know, picture this: we're going we're going Imperial Palace, we're going Castle Age with the Imperial Palace. We have 22 knights, 22 archers. We're gonna upgrade them to veterans. We're gonna use the horsemen still, and we're adding lancers on top of that. All of a sudden, those 19, at least for the time being, feudal age limited are not that scary, right?
True.
I mean, it depends on the fight, right? I mean, you know, if you have like a little bit of a back and forth and you can snipe the limited with your archers, you should be fine. If it's a straight up fight, yeah, of course, that really going to hurt. But yeah, I'm sure that Creator will not run face first into limited without thinking first about it.
So, units coming in, scouts is running through the horsemen and jeeps. The archers, fair play. So he just knocked there and gave a high five. Said, "Hi, I'm here. What's about you?" Now the TC dive is coming in. Age up is done. Veterancy for the mercs is clicked. Valdy is running and trying to save his military. Age up is, or the tech up is also done by the javelins. So there are now 11 castle javelins on the field, and all those archers get snagged. Meanwhile, the Limitanai protecting the javelins, and military count is not anymore that good like it was before. Archers dying pretty hard, and what's about now with, in theory, archers killing all these Limitanai and lancers doing the rest.
I mean, my theory.
This story is gone.
You know, in my defense, right? I mean, I was talking before we just dive to TC and throw everything away. Okay, I was not calculating that part in. Okay, I was.
Fair.
I'm different. Okay.
Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay, let's be serious again. Thanks for the raid, guys. Thanks for the raid. Anyhow, Creator is going for the castle. Has now knights in queue and on the field, also some archers, but also cataphracts are on the field. And as I said, the camels and the camels will debuff the knights. So. I think this dive was one of these. We said it earlier this day. There are sometimes those small little mistakes or the small little decisions, where a fight you lose will have so much impact because it's a snowball effect, something like this. And maybe this fight was one of those fights.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, like, I get the urge that you want to jump in, right? I mean, your opponent is about to hit castle and you're like, ooh, that's great, I can already do so much damage, I'm already castle age. But the thing is, the archers, they're still very, very vulnerable against the fully garrisoned TC, and in a limited they obviously excel at dealing with the horsemen, and so overall it was just a very, very difficult fight for Creator. He didn't have a scout with him as well, so it was kind of rough to figure out what was going on exactly. Trying to go for another dive here. Raid and dive at the same time. Finding a few villager kills, 2 I believe, but at the same time also losing some lancers here. Really doing a good job here at the multitasking his opponent. And equal, like, the collected resources still way ahead here for Creator. The army value is just too much in favor for Valdemar, so I don't think that this will matter too much. We're taking a look at the relics. Valdemar picking up the second relic already. Creator currently has 1.
Yeah, sorry, I was a bit distracted by the chat.
Not a problem.
The stream is running now 8 and 30 minutes, 8 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh boy,
if this
really?
was the question. Yeah.
Rough.
42-38 military, and we do have 24 archers here, but there's a triple comp Valdy is going for. Creator is now adding crossbows, but he's also adding some farms already. That hurts, adding farms as China before being song that early, even though there are some berries on the field. That kind of hurts. You hate to see it. And yeah, Creator is moving onto the spot where the berries were already, but they are eaten. They are totally eaten, and there's still camels on the field. For the debuff, we have cataphracts on the field. We have Valdy has the better army combination here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's basically a dual comp against a tri-comp, and so I think that Valdemar should have the upper hand here. Especially like the camels debuffing, the cataphracts are being super strong. It's also not too many cataphracts, by the way. So yeah, we do have crossbows on the other side, but it's not too many units actually countering that. The main army still consists of Libertine and the javelins, which are just being abandoned here for a second. What's going on? Where are they going? Oh no, they are following one lancer. That is rough.
Yeah, that's unlucky. At the top, you mean. But those couple hits by the outpost with the Mongolian emplacement were enough to do some damage on the archers and to clean this fight, clean this wave. And the javelins were still on the field. They snacking all the archers there, and GG gets called 3-1 by Valdy here in this series. Congrats to Creator having a nice series versus Valdy.